Hello all, welcome to my channel. In today's video we will learn about auto scaling policies. It is the part 2 of this auto scaling video. Part 1 you can check, which is coming on your right side of your screen. So in this video we will learn what are the scaling policies and some important points, and after that we will do hands-on lab on scaling policies. We will configure dynamic policy, and through that we will see how server will be created if there is high demand of CPU utilization. So we are having multiple scaling policies. First is manual scaling. In manual scaling we will only adjust the desired capacity, and accordingly server will be created. And secondly we will have dynamic scaling. In dynamic scaling we will perform this through there are multiple metrics through which we will perform this dynamic scaling. There is average CPU utilization, average network in bytes, average network out. So in background it is using CloudWatch only. So we will configure it, and after that if CPU utilization will be set for the limit which we have configured. Let's suppose we have configured that CPU utilization, when CPU utilization is more than 80%, then according to this scaling policies and according to desired limit and according to maximum limit, this server will be created. That we will see in our lab. In predictive scaling, actually it is very advanced this scaling, in which AWS will automatically create your server on the daily and weekly traffic pattern. So it will check your pattern accordingly. It will create those servers to handle the high demand. And schedule scaling actually we will configure, and we will configure according to the time and the date. Let's suppose on a specific date we know that server performance will be very less because load will be very high. So accordingly we can set that date and time, and at that time server will be created. So there are some important points to remember. First is cool down period. Cool down period actually help Amazon EC2 from launching and terminating additional instances before any previous action got visible. So what do you mean by this? It means whenever we configure this auto scaling policy, then server will be created. So it will take some time for server to be created. So at that time when server is creating, it will not launch, or it will not terminate any additional instances. So it will wait for some time, and we can configure lifecycle hook. So it in lifecycle hook we can give some custom actions. At we will check this when we will go to lab. And warm pool. Warm pool, actually what is the mean by warm pool? Warm pool is a pre-initialized EC2 instance that sit alongside an AWS scaling group, and whenever you need scaling, auto scaling group can draw on warm up pool to meet your new desired capacity. That helps you ensure that instances are ready to quickly start servicing application traffic, accelerating the response to scale out event. So it is the warm up pool in which server will be already there in that, and whenever new demand will be there for server, so it will be get from it, so that we will at that time server will be created quickly. And controlling instance, it will determine which instance it terminate first during scale in events. So in that you can set means whichever the server which is created first it will terminate, or what the server which you created last it will terminate, that we can set. So now let's get started to how this auto scaling dynamic scaling will work. For that in we will go to one server is already created. This is the launch template which I have created, and this is the auto scaling group. Here also I have. So this is the auto scaling server. Actually it is created from auto scaling group. So if you want this, you can check the previous video which is there in my playlist. If you like my video till now, just please click on like button, and I urge you to subscribe also, because it helps me grow. So here desired capacity is 1, minimum is 1, maximum is 3, and in activity we will see which servers are launched. So this we are discussing automatic scaling. In that we have discussed dynamic scaling, schedule action, and predictive scaling. So by default it will evaluate your 2 days data. So here we will create we can create dynamic scaling policies. So here what we need to do first, we need to create dynamic scaling policies, and after that we will click here dynamic scaling, and average CPU utilization we will configure here. When CPU utilization is above 50%, target value is 50%, then it will create server according to the this desired policy, and minimum server and maximum server which we have configured previously. So it is the warm up initial warm up period. So it is by default 30, is 300, so it means 5 minutes. So we will make it less time. Now we will create. Okay, so before that we have already launched that server from this AWS auto scaling. So here we will give this load manually. So first of all we will connect to server. Actually first we will need to create that load, then only we should create this policy. No issue, here also it will work. So here now I am connecting to server, and after that this package we will install. Before that this we will install that EPEL extra repository. From that it will get that package, and after that we will install this package, and it will increase the load on server. So now I think I need to kill that PID. It is forcefully killing that process ID, this one, because it is giving me error that it is running. 32743 kill -9 32743. Now I will try to install this. Now it is installing. I will take another session to check the load. So I will check load through this command. Now you can see load is not that much, 0% load is there. So to increase load, I will execute this command, and now I will see load on server. So you can see now it is 53 and 100% load is there in server. Now I will go here and see activity. It will take some time to launch server. So what it will do, according to desired capacity, minimum capacity and maximum capacity, it will create server. So now desired capacity is 1, so one server is already launched, so it will launch server till here maximum capacity. New server, I can show you. New server is this one. I will keep it old server name, so that once new server will be there, we can recognize. So I will pause this video. Now you can see it is now from 1 to 2. So after some time from 2 to 3 it will create. So here we can see how this server is creating. Monitoring alarm, create target tracking. Through target tracking it is created. Desired capacity from 1 to 2. An instance was started in response to difference between desired and actual capacity, increasing capacity from 1 to 2. So this instance ID is this 743. This one I can give it a name. First instance. Here it will create one more instance because server load is still more than 100%. Around here it will create again one more server because server load is more than 50%, and those two servers cannot occupy that load which load we are having, because as per this scaling policy we have configured the CPU utilization is 50. You can see it here. When every CPU utilization target value is 50, so it is more than 50, so we will see after some time one new server will be created. So we will pause this video for some time once third server will be launched. You can see that third server is about to create, and here in this showing the cause how this server is creating. So monitoring alarm, target tracking, ASG alarm high, in state alarm triggered, policy target tracking policy change desired capacity from 2 to 3, and this will be instance ID will be 206. This is the third instance which is creating. So that's all friends from this video, and if you have any query related to this video, please comment on the comment section, and hope you also perform this activity along with me. Thank you. Thanks a lot for watching this video. See you in the next video.